Welcome to a very special episode where we are crossing the line in honor of TNA Slammiversary. We are playing TNA iMPACT. Welcome to TNA iMPACT. I didn't turn down the commentary. I don't know if there is a way to turn down commentary. But regardless, we are here playing iMPACT, as I've already said. I don't know the controls for this game, and there is no way to do an AI match. So we're just gonna do what we can here. Booker is kicking my ass, so from what I can already determine, R1, RB is the reversals. X, this is Xbox controls by the way. So X is to do your punches, A is to kick, B is to do actions, I guess. So that's pinfalls. Maybe that's how you leave the ring, and it is. That's cool. How do you... I think there's a weird control system in this game, right? So you have to hold like 3 buttons to do certain actions. I don't know how to... Oh man, I just... Oh, belly to belly suplex onto the chair outside of the ring. If you have played WWE All Stars, sorry. Oh, he hit me with a chair. Referee disqualification. If you've played WWE All Stars, you're probably thinking this game looks a little similar, and that's because when THQ San Diego were making... Oh, I'm stunned. When THQ San Diego was making All Stars, it was based on the engine for TNA iMPACT. Booker is kicking my ass. Oh, drop kick. Oops. So you can run with the right trigger, and you can do attacks with any face button there. I'm on the top rope, and big body splash, taking Booker down. 2-time damage on that one as well. I don't know how to do individual moves. I would imagine... Oh, I don't know how to pick Booker T up either. I would imagine that it's just a direction and then the grapple button, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the case here. I'm not sure what left trigger does either. Maybe that like picks up weapons or something. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, big atomic. Oh, it was going to be an atomic drop into a... Oh. Going to be an atomic drop, and it got reversed. Booker's putting me... Oh, he was going to put me into a what's it called? A Shining Wizard position. I had to Google how to do this, right? So if you grapple your opponent and then press the designated button, which is B, you'll execute a finisher while the meter is flashing. So now that the meter is flashing, I think I can hold... Oh, fuck, I pressed the wrong button. If I hold left trigger... Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Oh, no. Okay, we've got the upper hand here. If we do... Oh, no. Oh, I've lost my impact meter. No! Son of a bitch. Okay, so it filled up halfway there. I don't know if I did something in particular to cause that. So it seems like the modifier is the left trigger, maybe? Left bumper, sorry, is the modifier. So if I hold the left bumper and do... Oh, it didn't really work. Maybe I don't need to do a direction? Oh, I see. That actually worked that time. Oh, wait. So if I press B... Oh, no, it's not going anymore. Oh, no, it is. Now, if we press B, we've got him up for the ankle slam onto the chair. I don't think that's enough to... Or, sorry. Oh, no, I don't want to pick up the weapon. Put it down. Oh, I don't know how to put it down, so I'm just going to beat him up. Well... That's unfortunate, because I kind of had that one, but I don't know how to... I think at this point, almost any move is pretty much going to put him down. If we pin him, hopefully this is enough. It's going to be a... Oh, he just kicked out. That is really unfortunate. Booker had a finisher there, but I was able to turn the tide a small amount. If we can do a flying drop kick there, get some extra momentum. So the game does reward you for doing different moves every time, so you get different style points for different moves. Yeah, so you actually do different strikes if you hold the LB button as well, which is really cool. Okay, so we're very close to getting a second angle slam. Unfortunately, though, Booker has reversed me. I think if I can grapple him once more... We'll be able to do... Oh, I don't... Maybe you can only grapple him from the ground, which is fine. The suplex will do that. Or not. Oh, but we managed to get him for the angle slam. There's no weapons to screw this one up this time. So hopefully, if I press B... Oh, if I press B, we'll go for a pinfall. Booker's got to be out. That's the second finisher. Just made it over halfway. That's Kurt Angle. Peak Angle, actually, during this time. Getting the victory in TNA Impact. July 25th, me and Donkey93 are hosting a 3-day charity event raising money for St. Columba's Hospice. We're going to be doing lots of cool activities like interviewing staff members at the hospice, playing lots of games, completing lots of challenges, and who knows what else disgusting, degenerate stuff we're going to get into. But if you want to get involved, click the QR link on the screen or check the link in the descriptions. Again, that is over the weekend of July the 25th, and I hope to see you there. There's actually a very interesting backstory to this game. It actually began life as a Rockstar North published game, which is crazy to think. But by the way, I'm from Edinburgh, which is where Rockstar North is based. It's crazy to think that Rockstar North could have been involved in making a TNA Impact game back in 2009 or whenever this game came out. But regardless, the rights ended up going to Midway, who were struggling at the time, so this is not a big budget game by any stretch. And as a result, we can have a look at the roster here. Well, actually, let's look at the match types, right? Because this is very different from what you would normally expect from a WWE game. So you've got your standard match, which is standard one-on-one singles match. You get tag teams, which I have not really dabbled in. I'm not sure if there's a tag mechanic in the game or not, but I'm assuming maybe it's a free-for-all. But anyway, here is a free-for-all that is kind of a... It's a fatal four-way? Is it a 3 or 4? Okay, so there's 4 people, so it's a fatal 4-way, essentially. You have the Ultimate X match. Now, we're definitely going to end the video on an Ultimate X match. Don't worry, there's not a chance in hell that I was going to make this video without even covering the Ultimate X. You also have access to the Ultimate X free-for-all, which is a triple threat Ultimate X match. You also have a submission match, which I don't remember how that works. There's a false count anywhere match where you can win the match anywhere outside the ring. There's also a false count anywhere tag handicap, which is a 1-on-2, and that is kind of all the match types available. So really, the game lives and dies by either the standard mechanics or the Ultimate X. As I said, you can't actually do an AI match, so you have to play the game. So which is fine. I do like doing AI matches because I do like seeing how the AI interacts with itself and not having control of who wins and loses. But you can choose either the red or the blue side, and I think that does actually change where you enter from in the game. TNA was quite famous for having the impact zone, and the key thing about the impact zone, it was some studio law in Universal Studios Orlando, but what they did was they made a stage on both sides of the building, so there is a heel entrance and a face entrance. So I think that's what that determines. So if we have a look at the roster of the time, you'll be surprised by some of the major names in here. So AJ Styles is the first one. He is like, obviously, he has always been known as Mr. TNA, right? He's very young at this point. I guess it's 2008. This is way before his even first title run. But AJ Styles is in there. A very young and slim Samoa Joe. Not to say that he's fat or big or anything, but he's definitely gotten older in the last almost 15 odd years. I can't do the maths, but yeah. We have Kurt Angle, who has probably done some of the best work of his career in TNA. Obviously gets a bad rap these days because he was addicted to drugs while he was doing that particular run because he was so injured. He obviously earned the moniker by fans of Perk Angle, which is extremely offensive, and I'm definitely in the camp of not calling him that because he deserves to be called Peak Angle, because this was hands down one of the best times for Kurt. Like, this was his peak era. We have the icon Sting appearing in this game as well. He had a great run in TNA. Most of his post WCW career is in TNA, so if you ever want to watch any Sting matches, you should definitely go back to that TNA library and have a look. Christian Cage also makes it in. Again, he got a whole new lease on life in TNA, where WWE, he only seemed to have a career with Edge. He wasn't able to really break through that glass ceiling because famously Vince McMahon always thought he had a rat face and he wanted to cover up his ugly face or something like that. TNA never had that problem. TNA recognized that Christian was a talent and they actually used him accordingly. And we have Booker T, which is you know, say what you want about Booker, right? Booker had a great TNA run. He did great work within like the Main Event Mafia and some of the goofiness that came with that. But Booker T's model in this game is insanely good. Interestingly, Hernandez is here, but he seems to be holding some kind of WCW like title. I'm not sure if that is a WCW title. It looks like it, but it's some sort of like, I don't know, knuckle duster or belt buckle of what looks like a WCW title. We have Homicide there as well as part of LAX. So that's Hernandez and Homicide, who I believe were tag teaming with, oh man, who's the guy that was just on Worlds Collide? Conan. So that's pretty cool. I don't think Conan's in this game though. You also have the Man Beast Rhino, again, very well known for his post ECW career. Rhino did amazing work in TNA, even involved in I think it was an Ultimate X match or some sort of scaffolding match. He obviously went on to have an amazing WWE run in the kind of 2017, 2018 era with Heath Slater when he won the tag team title, which is probably where a lot of people will probably know Rhino from nowadays. But man, he back in ECW, he was very slim, and but he was great. And the TNA run he had was amazing when he's not throwing chairs into crowds. We had Shark Boy. I cannot even begin to describe Shark Boy. Imagine you had a wrestling show that didn't really care about the characters and had a Stone Cold Steve Austin parody that was actually a shark. You have Robert Roode, one half of Beer Money. Of course, Robert Roode at this time was rocking a kind of Ric Flair-esque character, although I always thought he definitely resembled an early Triple H at this point. Even more to the point that when he went to WWE and when he went to NXT and he shaved his hair down, he definitely did look like Triple H. We have Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Of course, he famously did the Steiner Mask promo in TNA with Pete Williams, I think it is, the originator of the Canadian Destroyer. Steiner, I've never been a huge Steiner fan, I will admit, but I can't deny the cultural impact that one promo had on Scott's career. We have Alex Shelley, who honestly hasn't aged that much in the last couple years. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin both appearing in this game and making their debut in 2K25 as DLC characters. The Motor City Machine Guns, probably they have to be one of the longest running tag teams in all of wrestling, surely. We have the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Of course, he's working in AEW now as a kind of, I think he's a talent development or something, but he famously had, well, one, the mystery force that lifted the title away from Stone Cold Steve Austin at, what event was that? Was it King of the Ring? I'm not sure. There was some event in the 90s where I feel like it was a King of the Ring. It might not have been. There was a higher power, right? And Stone Cold and Vince McMahon had a ladder match. It was an awesome ladder match. I remember they even brought down the stage at one point. They destroyed the stage. It all fell on Vince. It was very cool. And as Stone Cold was going to win the match, he climbs the ladder and he goes to grab the belt, and the belt moves up, and it moves up and up and up. And basically, the higher power lifted the title up to stop Stone Cold winning, and then when Vince went to go get the belt, it lowered down and Vince was able to win. It was going to be revealed that Christopher Daniels was the higher power, but considering his age and his ability at the time, they actually pivoted away from that. But it's interesting to think if Christopher Daniels had been revealed as the higher power, which I think was ended up just being Vince McMahon in the end, who knows where he would have ended up, or maybe there was just no change. Maybe he still would have ended up here regardless. There is the other half of Beer Money, James Storm, who I have to admit, maybe not the biggest fan of. I haven't really seen a lot of his single work. I've seen a lot of the tag team work, obviously. He had a very short stint in NXT as well, where he had a couple matches. And yeah, it's just good to see him to pop up now and again, but it's cool that they've both been able to kind of make their own careers outside of Beer Money. Chris Sabin as well. I have the privilege of being able to work with Chris Sabin at one point. Again, not as a wrestler, just as a video content person for a wrestling show. But yeah, Chris was part of the company I was working for a couple years. And yeah, just seemed like a really lovely guy all around. So Brother Devon appears. I don't think Bubba Ray's in the game. Oh no, he is. Bubba Ray is in the game. We're gonna get to that shortly, but Brother Devon does appear here. In TNA though, they didn't have the Dudley name though. I think they were just called Team 3D because the Dudleys is a WWE owned, or it was like an ECW name, right? And then WWE bought them. So I guess the Dudleys is owned by WWE. And then we have some locked characters here. So there's a lot of characters locked in the roster, and you can kind of tell who they might be from some of their silhouettes. So if you had guessed that this was Sanjay Dutt, I think you're correct. I think this is Sanjay Dutt. Just from the little render that I'm looking at, it looks like it might be Sanjay, but I don't know. But either way, Sanjay's in the game. This character, I think, judging from the hair, has to be Jeff Jarrett. Because Jeff Jarrett has that kind of hair. It could also be Kevin Nash. Take your pick. This is the Machismo, the Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, who of course was doing an amazing Macho Man impersonation at the time. This might be Tyson Tomko. Tyson Tomko, you may not recognize the name immediately, but he was a big part of Christian Cage's career. Even in WWE, if you go back to that first Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania 21, Tyson Tomko is there with Jericho and Christian. But when Christian went to TNA, him and Tomko did actually have a really kind of, not really a tag team, but kind of like a faction, right? Tomko was Christian's bodyguard. I have to imagine this is Eric Young. Eric Young, of course, being the indie darling of TNA, right? Started off not great. He was like the small weasel character in a way. But over time, people started taking him very seriously, and he wanted to be taken seriously, and yeah, he ended up ascending the heights. I remember specifically actually when Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 had his crowning achievement, winning, the WrestleMania main event and the Yes Movement taking off, and Daniel Bryan becoming like the top guy in WWE. TNA actually tried to replicate that with Eric Young, trying to push Eric Young to the main event spot, and the crowd were behind it because obviously everyone loves Eric Young. But it just felt forced, and I think that they totally missed the mark with it. So poor Eric had to, kind of struggle for a little bit there, but he definitely balanced out. And his role, oh my god, his role in Sanity in NXT, that shit was insane. Actually, looking at the character render, I don't think that is Eric Young. I think this is Eric Young, but I'm not sure who this would be. If anybody knows who this would be, let me know. It could actually be... It could be Don West, which is a really weird thing to say, but Don West and Mike Tenay are characters you can play in the game. I didn't know about Mike Tenay. He's listed here as a DLC character. Don West was a playable character though, so this could be Don. That is definitely Eric Young. Who the fuck is this guy? Okay, I have no idea who this person is whatsoever, so take your bet. Okay, actually, no, there's Pete Williams, but he's DLC as well, so I don't imagine it's any of them. Who is this? Who's got long ass curly hair like that? Oh, that's Abyss. That surely has to be Abyss. Abyss is an unlockable character in this game. Actually, so looking at the list of characters as well, here's a list of unlockable characters and DLC. So let's just kind of go down the list. We have Afro Thunder. Afro Thunder being the lead in Midway's other game, Ready to Rumble, which is a boxing game. You also have Benny the Clown, Bruiser Bencia, Dark Hado Barbarino, CPL was she? I don't know how to pronounce that. Demonic DJ, Devil Child, Furious Fry, Giant Guppy, Hannah Layla, Lenny the Clown, Sergeant Harden, Suplex Salenza, Shogun Yanai, Thunder Lang. Oh, of course, Suicide, also famously part of this game. And there's a few other characters as well that there's definitely DLC characters as well, because I'm pretty sure Consequences Creed is in this game as DLC. I've never seen the DLC for this game though. I don't know where to get it these days. Regardless, there's obviously a lot of silhouettes in the game. I have no idea who they are. People know in the comments, they're pretty good at keeping me right, so if you know who the silhouettes are, list them down below. But regardless, that is the vast majority of the roster right there. There is also an amazing story mode that I can't really get into just now, but Lord, I will be playing it on the channel, don't you worry. It has an amazing story mode. that involves your character going to Mexico, essentially getting killed. You then become a custom character called Suicide, who obviously we all know from the show now. And then eventually, I believe you remember who you are and who attacked you in Mexico. Going into the extras menu, there is also a lot of really interesting stuff. So there is game trailers. So there's trailers for TNA itself and also Mortal Kombat and DC Universe, which is hilarious. Highlight reels, which I'm guessing is just 2 matches back to back. There's also the game credits, the list of TNA wrestlers. So this is the biographies for each character, which is very cool. I'm also pretty sure there are other videos, right? Because I've seen some behind the scenes stuff, so I think there is like making of videos in here. There's also some tutorials and cool stuff in there as well. There is a creator wrestler, but it isn't very good, so I'm just gonna skip over that for now. And I mean, that's kind of it. There isn't much to this game. As mentioned, not a huge budget, just a very simple wrestling game. I don't usually show this, but I just want to show that when you start a match, you always have this introduction video of the arena that you're in. You've got the pyro, and in this case we have the Ultimate X set up in the middle of the ring as well. Any other Ultimate X match probably wouldn't have Samoa Joe in it, but I have to take advantage of looking at Joe all the way back in 2008. My god. And yeah, I wanted to show off the entrances that are in this game. They are shorter, they don't have the full animation, but I do like what they are. I do like that they have the main parts, right? So there's AJ Styles walking through the pyro with his amazing intro, and he has the Get Ready to Fly song as well. It does play in the main menu, but yeah, this is so cool. Of course, the main drawing point to TNA back in the day was, of course, the 6-sided ring, right? Oh, I just totally bypassed Joe by, well, just by walking around him. Yeah, the 6-sided ring, obviously just an amazing visual. And I agree with a lot of people. I think TNA did lose a little bit of its identity when shifting away from the 6-sided ring. However, everyone who's ever wrestled in the 6-sided ring said that they didn't enjoy it, they didn't like it. So I'm kind of prone to saying the people who wrestle in the ring deserve, you know, the input, right? So I think they get to have the say in what ring they work in. And look, if they don't want to work in the 6-sided ring because it's uncomfortable or painful, I think that that's their choice to make for sure. Oh man, Joe's climbing the rope. Is he going to dive out? No, he's not going to dive out. How do I stop him? Oh, you can grab him and you can pull him down from the ropes. That is so cool. I don't know how to do that though, so I'm going to try this now so that when I have a finisher I can just jump up and do it, but I'm not really sure how to do it. Oh, I've got a finisher. That's fine. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do this. Is it Styles Clash? Oh, we've got Joe up for the Styles Clash. He's down. It goes straight into a pinfall. That is really unfortunate that that goes into a pinfall, because that means I won't be able to use my finisher to get the win here, but that's fine. We can still win here off of this. I'm just going to nail him with a chair. I mean, that does the job, really. Joe climbing again, but I'm going to try and grab him. Oh, no, I can't grab him. Of course, when you are on the corner here, you have to press L, B, and B. Once you're here, you can kick Joe off of the logo. He's away. He's down. So once we're here, then what do we do? Oh, we press B again here, and then we should have the option to do the minigame. Ow. Okay, this is actually not great. So we have to hit the marker in the middle, which is not something I'm very good at. So I'm going to have to stop talking while I do this. Come on. If I can... Oh, I was hoping I can nail him. I'm going to keep kicking him. He's going to fall down eventually. Oh, I got him. Nice. Okay, so he's down, which means I can maybe... Oh, I got one. I got two. I got three. 4. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So I've been knocked down. Oh, he's gonna whiff it. So I can grab him and bring him down. Get wrecked. Oh, Joe's down again. So I'm actually gonna try going straight back up because he's already stunned. If we climb the ropes here, we should be able to hopefully... Oh no, he just got me. That's unfortunate. I've accidentally rolled out the ring when I was trying to climb the ropes. I don't know if I should try again or not. Ah, fuck it, he's already down. Oh no, I probably shouldn't have done that, but we could jump off of the ropes. I didn't know you could do that. That's fucking sick. You can also pick him up off the ground and do... Oh, I was trying to do a finisher, but it's just gonna be awkward. Ah, we can do it. So I think this is gonna roll him into a pin though, and it's got that old WWE style of if you go for a pin, he rolls out of it, which immediately puts him back into the which is just silly that it ever did that, to be honest. I wish I could remember how to Irish whip him out of the ring. I don't know how to do that, as he hits me with a big shoulder breaker. He's in the corner. I'm actually just gonna try. Oh, he got up. Oh, and he knocked me out of the air. That was fucking sick. This game's awesome. I'm getting shades of SmackDown 2 again. Okay, he's down again. I'm gonna see if I can get to the ropes. I might not be able to. Or when I say the ropes, I mean climb the X and see if I can get anywhere near him. Oh, okay, he missed, which means I can have a chance here. I have to be quiet. I have to figure this out. Fuck. So basically, I have to choose between. I can wait in the middle of the ring and see if he will like go down, or I can climb the ropes and knock him down that way as well. Obviously, I chose to stay in the middle of the ring there, which means I have a better chance of grabbing him. And I've pulled down the X. I've pulled it down, which means I've won. Screw you, Joe. This game, the Ultimate X, is hard as fuck. I just wish it wasn't timed. Like, fair enough, I would probably get used to it after a while. But, man, what a blast from the past this game is. That's going to be us for today. If you have a favorite memory from TNA Impact, please let me know down in the comments below. This is such a time capsule of possibly the best time in TNA Impact. The 2007-8 era was just some of the best stuff they were doing. And the roster is, although the roster is very small and it does have a little bit too much DLC, I do think that it's very good for, you know, what it is. I think although this is like the first game in the series, right, it's not the best game ever. There's definitely a lot of shortcomings, a lot. But being able to look at something like All-Stars and see where the game led to, I think being able to see the fruits of this game's labor in All-Stars, I think it's great to say that they made two amazing games out of it. Obviously, well, the game engine wasn't reused, but it led into what was essentially 2K Battlegrounds, and it's fair to say that it just didn't really pan out very well for 2K Battlegrounds. That being said, WWE needs to branch out and make more games like this. I mean, if TNA wants to make a new game as well, that would also be very awesome, but with the way that like AEW worked out, I'm not entirely sure. That's gonna be us for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, because we're growing at a very fast rate and it's very awesome to see. So that's gonna be us for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a great day. Bye for now.